Welcome back to All the Crackers in the Box. Hi, it's me, Corey, hanging out with you today. Super exciting. We're on to a new part, doing new stuff today, trying out a new border. I'm so glad you're here today. Friends, here we are on this lovely Saturday morning, and I've done all my panels. They are finished. Can you believe it? All four are ready. I need to do a border, then sew on the backing, give it a wash, and I am done this birthday gift on time. I'm super excited because, you get close to a deadline and sometimes you don't quite make it. I'm going to make this one, and it's going to be behind me, and I get to start new projects. Yay! Okay, so we're going to look at this last C2C that I made. I've learned quite a bit since then. So I made this one quite a while ago. I haven't quite finished it. I got to put the backing on. Let's look at the border here. It's just me doing single crochet. And quite frankly, I think I could have done this a lot better. I just did what I could, and I thought I was doing it well. I'm not a big fan of how it turned out, so it kind of put me in the whole, how am I going to finish this? So today, we're going to take the very handsome, very first panel that I did. The handsome Michelangelo. Love him. Love him. We're going to pull out this gorgeous black cake I've made. We're going to start a new border. Now, this border that I found on Pinterest that caught my eye is 3 single crochets, and then when you get to your third stitch, you do a double crochet. So in your first stitch here, so we're going to start in the corner. All right, and we are going to put this in the back. And let me tell you, putting these, finishing off those ends, that took me a good 3 hours. Like, I wanted to start this video a lot earlier than I have, but I ended up, getting lost in a crazy show. I'm not even going to talk about it. It was just too much, but it was delightful to watch. And, yeah, it was just a lot to watch. Anyways, I'm totally lost. It took me a very long time to get those ends in. They're in though. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. So in the corners, we're going to do 1, 2 like you would with a granny stitch. And we are going to do a double crochet. Now, I'm going to put my glasses on because everything's blurry for me. I know, I look like a young hip granny with these glasses on, but you know what? I can see, so it's worth it. Now, we're going to go, let's see up front if you can see, it's backwards to you. So I may have to decide to change my angle here and just show you the crochet while we chat, which is never any skin off my back. That's quite all right. 2 and 3. Now, see, I'm not liking how that worked out. Okay, so we're going to go backwards, and I'm going to take a better look at this. Now, what I need to do is go in through here. 3, 1. Okay. Now, being that size difference, well, I don't know. Let's see if a half double crochet looks better. I have a feeling it does. Yeah, it's definitely half double crochet. I'm gonna go with half double crochet. I don't really like the way the single crochet is looking. It looks very tiny compared to the double crochet to me. Because after this, I think I might have to do 2 passes around everything to attach them with I think granny stitch is what I'm going to use. Maybe? I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that one there is a half double. And this one right here is going to be. I think what they did in the picture that I'm thinking of here is I think they went down here. Yeah, that looks about right because they did a really long one for the double crochet. So I'm going to go down as far as I can. Okay, that is gorgeous. That is what I wanted. Okay, so that was my trial run. I'll show you as soon as we have a better go. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to figure out the corners when I get there. And I'm going to, actually no, I'm going to slip stitch through here. There. That'll be fine. And then we're going to go half double crochet. Half double crochet. Add one more. Actually, no, we're going to go do another one apparently because there's 4 before I get to this big space here. Maybe I messed up my count. Who knows? No, I see what I did. That's okay. That is quite alright. I think that'll work out just fine. Two. Okay. I don't know. Because I really want it to have a very even edge. I don't think I want the longer ones. I think we're just going to have to go half double crochets all the way. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and then 1, 2, half double. Right. I'm just going to half double crochet in every space, and I think that's going to give me the look I'm looking for. I do like the spiky look, but I don't think it's going to suit this particular pattern so much. So I'm going to go down in here, and we're going to keep it going through there. And yes, I am going to use black yarn because I'm insane, right? My eyes are going on me and I'm going to use black yarn. But I think it's going to edge this very, very nicely, and I think it's going to give it that polished, finished, make the colors really pop out look. I have been considering maybe doing a stripe of gray down the middle to join everything. But we shall see how that goes. There we go. Enjoying the lovely day today, I hope. Hope your projects are going just as good as mine. Hope you're making something spectacular and something special to you or to whom you might be gifting it to. I'm getting through my yarns. I'm working on that, and I also have to make about 20 friendship bracelets for my daughter's Valentine's Day, because that's 2 days after my husband's birthday, which is Tuesday. A lot going on around here. It's fun. And I'm getting all my paperwork together to start the next round of patterns that I need to have ready to begin my next few projects. And I'm still throwing in the other two, the kid shirt, and my shawl sadly has been taking a very, very long rest. I haven't worked on it in a week. However, it is it is actually living in my bed beside me. So when I feel sad that I haven't had time to work on it, I actually take it out and gently touch the beautiful work I've already done, because it is so gorgeous and it feels amazing in my fingers. So I cannot wait for it to be done, because it's going to be one of those pieces that I won't be able to keep my fingers off of, which I like sometimes, especially if I'm out and I'm feeling a little anxious. I like to have something for my fingers to fiddle with. Waiting for a meeting or a doctor's appointment, or waiting for your children to be done doing whatever they're doing. My two eldest, it was half days today for parent teachers. Today's Friday, sneaking into Saturday, so we're right on the money for days we're together right now. I haven't made the videos far ahead. I could have, but I didn't feel like it. I wanted to have this one be my border start this weekend, so everything came together real nice. My timetables, it's always nice. Anyways, so it was half day for parent-teacher interviews and whatnot, and so my oldest two decided to have a big mud war, about 2 hours up at the school, because there's a lot of big puddles and melting. So, yeah, I've got some laundry to do. But they had a blast, so I'm happy for them. 2.5 hours, but they were having a great time. I love that my son is so much older than the younger two, and he makes sure that he adores them. He enjoys spending time with them simply because he wants to. Never ask him to. I have asked him to watch them here and there, and he's always super stoked to do it. I think he's maybe once not wanted to do it, but he was in a mood. But he really enjoys talking to them. He enjoys interacting with them. He always wanted to be a big brother, so that's awesome. And they just think he hung the moon, which he did, because he's just a sweet kid. No, sorry. I'll rephrase that, because he's going to be 18 soon. He is a sweet young man who just has an amazing heart. Can't go wrong with that. Alrighty. So, getting through this border pretty fast. I'm really glad I have a lot of this black. I don't know what happened, but they found me like 5 of this Bernat Premium for a pretty good price at the thrift store a while ago, and so I've got a ton of black right now. I did want it for a sweater for myself with my neon colors, but I still can't find electric blue, so I'm not quite at the spot. And I guess if I have to, I will just grab some Loops and Threads black, because I do like their yarn. I've been quite impressed with it. So I would make a wearable out of it to see how it holds up. That I do not know. I like it in amigurumis, that's for sure. It's quite cushy in a very good way. I don't I don't mind working with the blanket yarns and the really plush Chanel stuff and whatnot, but I don't love it, right? I feel like everybody's doing that, and I kind of want to get better at more detailed. I've been looking at videos of putting wires in the hands so they're a little more stiff and a little bit more realistic looking. Kind of curious about how that would work out. So I'm getting into that kind of thing where it's a little more of a modeling thing, and that's kind of exciting. Just things I'm thinking about. I'm not ready to do it yet. I think that will be the next level after I improve a little bit more with my embroidery skills, which is why I want to do the punch art. And work a little bit more with the cross stitching, so I'm a little bit better with needle and thread. I need more practice because I do fine with the hook and the yarn. I feel my stitches are pretty uniform, keep great tension, all that good stuff. My stuff's a way nicer than it used to be, so I'm happy about that. But I still feel like I need some work with just making the finishing off a little more polished, better sewing skills. Alright, we're reaching the end of this row, and it is going to be what I want. I can just see it. I can see this working out for me. I might just do the next row as just double crochet in all these half doubles, and then double crochet I think might work. And then consider maybe pulling out the gray and joining it all with single, because I'm just going to outline each one and see how big that makes them, because they are quite large. Laying them on the floor to take a picture was quite tricky to get all four in. So sorry about the thumbnail if it wasn't eye-pleasing, but that's the best I can do for now. I'm going to have to get someone to hold it up for me when I'm finished to put my pictures on Facebook and whatnot, because I just like to share what I do on a few different Facebook groups that I'm in. And this one took me quite a bit of effort, so I'm quite proud of it. The splinter too, that one was quite tricky. His hands. And wow, I really struggled with that here and there, and the way it turned out, I'm actually that's what's got me into thinking about the atomically correct movements and not so ragdoll type amigurumis that I'm looking at. Just a couple things I'm thinking about. And crochet. Yep. I'm kind of obsessed, but that's alright. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I drink a little coffee and a little tea. And I crochet. That is what I do. I still read a lot, but lately I've been doing a lot of reading by listening to audiobooks while I crochet, which is super fun. I can't seem to find any podcasts that I really like. I've tried a few out, and I don't know. I haven't found anything that really jumps out. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a few things on Prime and Disney and all that. I seem to find a lot. I'm really right into the whole Asian dramas right now. I'm finding them quite fun. I watched one last night that has just been torturing my brain. I don't know what I was watching, but it was 2 hours of just insane roller coaster of twists and turns, and it was super dramatic, and it was great. It was great. Some of it was super inappropriate to talk about on YouTube, so I won't. But I will say her husband was trying to make her more reliant on her, so he was paying off a couple doctors to say she had something wrong with her upper torso area, and that she'd have to have one removed. But it was all lies. And her mother got back her memory just in time. Her son she didn't know she had in a coma was discovered. The real father, her actual love, was coming to save her. It was just all a lot. It was great. I enjoyed it. Definitely fun stories. And yeah, I'm glad to see Percy Jackson's getting a second season, which is fantastic because that's one of my favorites. Really, really enjoyed the adventures. I know they're technically young adult books, but I found them to be very, very well done. And I really like Greek mythology. So far, I've liked all his different sets of stories. I really liked the Egypt ones. I think they were called like the Son of Cain or something like that. Really good. He also has a Norse mythology one. Rick Riordan. Good author. Enjoy his work very much. I'm also a giant fan of Dean Koontz. I collect his books. Every time I find one for a good deal, I pick that up and it just lives in my house. So I can read them whenever I would like. One of my favorite ones is Lightning. I love that one. It's a time traveling one. Got a little bit of romance to it, but it's very interesting. He just happens to try to save her from her life, basically. Stuff that was going on that wasn't so good in her life. He'd just show up, and it'd always be lightning. Because it was a time travel thing. But I'm not going to say the big twist, like, was it forwards or backwards or anything like that. But it was really, I really liked that one. Read that when I was about 14. And I've been a giant fan since. And I've read a lot of Stephen King, John Saul, Fern Michaels, all sorts. Read the whole series of The Southern Vampire. I can't think of it. Charlaine Harris, yes. She wrote True Blood. And I've read that whole series more than once. Really enjoyed that. I've read almost everything by Anne Rice, and some of it I did regret. I was telling my husband that earlier. There's a couple things she wrote that I just felt very uncomfortable because, I was only 14 or so, and I was not ready. If you know, you know. Okay, I'm just not going to get into it, but it was just a bit much because, yeah, I did not like that particular set of stories. And that's fine. I don't have to. You don't have to. Nobody has to. You don't have to like everything you read. But I am a person that struggles with walking away from something I'm not enjoying. So if I start a book or a movie and I don't really like it, I will usually, 99% of the time, go right to the end, even if I don't want to, because I need it to be finished. I don't like starting things and not finishing them, and that's part of the reason why I do my crochet the way I do. I have 3 or 4 things on the go, so I can switch around, and I feel like I'm not tied and married to one thing. And that's why my videos are the way they are. Because that's how I crochet. That's how I do my crafting. I don't want to be stuck doing one thing every day, all day. I will lose my passion for it, and I will not enjoy myself. What are you going to do? So I don't think I'm being unreasonable. I don't do that with reading. I don't do that with painting. But certain things, like things I make with my hands, though, I will do that. Okay. Sorry. Yarn winder sitting here getting all up in my face. And that's why I do yarn winding sometimes, because A, I really wanted one and I want to be sure that I'm going to get my use out of it. For my yarn, not even collection here, everything I have is going to be used. There is one yarn that I'm not so sure I'm thinking about getting rid of. I'm not sure. It's a novelty yarn. It's not something I really want to use. I just don't. I don't feel like it's something I want to use, so I probably won't. Okay, don't split on me. I'm gonna go around. I don't think I want to do granny because it's just going to be too open. And the sheets that I'm putting on the other side are a thicker one, which is great, but they will be quite visible, so I don't really want that. I would like it to be a little more My middle daughter is obsessed with V-stitches. Her dad brought her home a V-stitch baby blanket that he picked up for the dolls, and she likes it on the bed because it just makes it to her feet, but she's almost too big for it now. I may have to add to it just to... She just loves to tell me about it being V-stitch. I'm like, yes, honey, that is exactly what it is. You know what it is. So fun. And there we go. Got some super fancy tea today. I can't wait to try it out. It's got rose hips and raspberry leaves and blueberry rocket, all sorts of wild stuff. And it is a loose tea, and it looks like it's locally made. I'll have to look up the company, but the phone number, like it's in a paper bag. It's got a little window on it to show you all the dried goodness. It looks like it's a local company. I mean, the area code's local, but for my area, it is a very large area that area code covers. So it could be an hour away or more and still have the same area code. That always messes me up a little. That's okay though. I will find out. If I like the tea, of course. There's one that I'd like to get more of. It was super caffeinated, but it tasted so good. Very nice. It was called like the Bride's Tea. It was very clean. Very nice smelling. And that was a locally blended one as well. So that's super exciting. I have this fruit blended one that I got, and there's a kiwi tea. Kiwi fruit tea. I don't really like it. I like the rest. The cherry ginger was really good. I'm not a huge ginger fan. But I felt like trying the lemon ginger that he got me as well today, so that was my tea this evening. It was lovely. A lot better than I thought. I wanted honey, lemon, but he decided didn't. He grabbed me the honey ginger instead. It's like I wanted the peach recently, and I got peach ginger because that was all that was available. That was closest. Live in a small town. Kind of get what you get. It was alright. I didn't mind. It had some blackberry leaves in it, and that really soothed out the ginger flavor. I'm not a big fan of ginger. Go, and we're gonna get this thing done in no time. I swear it's gonna be so fast. the plastic canvas box that I'm making as well, I just need to cut and glue in the cardboard to give it extra strength, and then the felt, and sew it together, which is really not going to take me very long. But I mean, the plastic canvas does help me with the whole practicing with the needle and thread, because I am using a darning needle, and you can get quite detailed. Well, detailed enough. Okay, not so much with this project, but you can do little flowers and little sweet designs and stuff like that. Just basically, if you can put a grid on it, you could do it on plastic canvas, which is neat. It's just another fiber art, because you know that's what I'm all about. Crochet and all that. I do want to finish up my diamond art here. It is calling me. That was one of my first more favored Stephen King books, so it has a special place in my heart. I still haven't sat through the second version of Pet Sematary, the movie. The first one has done things to my brain that I just can't talk about. I just can't deal with the little boy being hit by the truck. That upsets me so much. Even then. And Pascal. Oh my god, that guy scared me. But I did read Haven, what the story that Show Haven was based on, which is available in Canada on Prime, which is why I'm even thinking about it, because my household has been watching it, even though I watched it years ago and it was new, because I really enjoyed it, and I love the setting, being that it was like Nova Scotia, I think it was, Nova Scotia, Newfoundland, in that area, the other side of the country from me, so the East Coast. Beautiful scenery, the gorgeous architecture, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, just a wild story. It was a long time ago though. The Colorado Kid. That's what it was called. The Colorado Kid. It would come to me. Because it reminds me of the story of the guy that was found in, I think it was Australia, I want to say Brisbane. And this happened in I want to say the 40s. I know it was a long time ago, right? And this guy was found dead on the beach, and they've never been able to ID him. And that's kind of what the Colorado Kid was kind of similar to. The guy in Australia is a real story. And he had a page from poetry book. And the lady that the book belonged to had her book. So it didn't make any sense. The tags were cut out of his clothing. That's not the first person I've ever heard of that happening, being found on a beach with all the tags cut out of their clothing. That just seems like a really wild way to hide your identity, but I guess it helped because, I mean, you couldn't really track down where the clothing was from. And I mean, this was before the internet and cooperation between law enforcement. So it's one that always has tickled my imagination. Like, what was this guy doing? He had one cigarette, and he was just sitting there on the beach, and I guess he just passed away. They're not even 100% sure why he died. They don't know anything really about this guy. Super mysterious. So that's just one I've been waiting for something to happen with that case, that maybe they'll figure something out. But it's so long ago, they probably won't. And it'll just be one of those things that just haunts people, like Jack the Ripper, that kind of thing. Where there's people who are obsessing over it, and there's nothing. The evidence is so far gone, it can only be guesses at this point. we go. And, yep, okay. That one didn't want to come through, sorry. Sorry I got lost there, trying to get that through without making a giant mess here. Getting a nice flat border. And yeah, so this is going to take me a little time, a little concentration, because of course I got black on black here. But I think this is going to give me the blanket I've been envisioning for almost 2 years. This is my first blanket, and I went with something completely crazy. I mean, the corner to corner graph work is hard enough as it is. Like, I did some pillows in it for my daughter, and those turned out really nice. I think I have to take one and open a corner and stuff a little more into it. It seems like it needs a bit more stuffing. She says it's fine. I don't agree. And I am the creator of her and her pillow. I'm just kidding, sort of. Alright. Doing really well here. Making excellent time on this thing. It's going crazy good. Yeah, I'm going to have to dust off my sewing machine because I think I'm going to use my sewing machine to attach everything. Should be able to. We'll see how that goes. I hope I don't have to hand sew everything because that's going to be wow. I may have to run away crying because I don't think I could get it done in time if I have to hand sew it. So here's hoping. And I think it'll be fine. I'm pretty sure that that's going to be exactly what I need to do. And I'm pretty sure it's going to work out just lovely. And that goes there. Hitting that corner now. And yes. Yes. So I'm super excited about what's coming up next. I've got a few things I'm working on. I've gotten half of those gorgeous yarns yarned up, wound up into lovely cakes. And I'm rethinking everything because I thought about that sideways tunic and now I'm thinking, well, maybe not. Maybe I want to do a dress in that gorgeous cotton. Or hear me out. Pedal pushing pants? Maybe I want to do pants. I've never done pants. Do I want to do pants? I could use some nice, soft, gentle pants for summer. That would be lovely. But then I'm like, do I want to? Kind of almost would prefer to have like a dress. Or maybe I can, like, I've got a couple ideas. Maybe something with drawstrings and do a tighter stitch up top where, you know, the privacy is important. And move it down to a more loose stitch. Let's see here. so far, I think that is going to make this really pop out. I think I'm on the right track. I'm super duper excited to see how far we can get with this in the time that I have left. Anyway, I can call it here. So, thanks for joining me here at All the Crackers in the Box. And I'm super excited you were here today, and I will see you again, probably, very likely, again tomorrow. Bye.